everybody. Actually, streaming at a random arena game because I am a little bored today, and hopefully everything's actually set up right here. I think it is. Do 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 do. All right. I got out the usual blah blah notices, etc. All right. As for the game itself, we got towns into temples into digging, big building, trading post, big building. So that's a lot of kind of build up at the end. It's not a great track to score on. Pastiles, we're missing ship scoring, we're missing temp shipping, we're missing cult coin. The new arena season has just started up, and it is base map, no landscape, so that's what we're playing. And these opponents, I don't really know much about, but I don't play a lot anymore. If we got Fakirs in, that's okay. Apparently, I'm a celebrity. Hey Weber, hey Big Stems. So I might throw in like engineers here and try to pull off like tall engineers late. I don't really know. I'm not super excited about a lot, but I think I might just throw engineers here. Dwarves are an option too, actually, I guess. Dwarves are pretty good here. Dwarves are maybe more interesting to watch. Yeah, exactly. No ship VP and no temp ship, but we do indeed see Fakirs and dwarves go off right away. All right, I'm just peeking at my opponents because I don't really know them. Apparently, Almenez is actually quite good. That's awesome. Fat Bummer, I don't super recognize. He is all right, and Suka is all right. So, decent table, but should be all right. We'll see. I've played 2 arena games thus far, and they've both gone pretty well, but that's largely because a combination of good play, but also just good fortune. Like, right? Like, the game's broken in the direction and ways I wanted it to, which is not at all assured. We also see Swarmlings get put in. I think Swarmlings are only okay here. The track is pretty bad for Swarmlings. You're gonna maybe delay a temple till round 2, so you get 4 points. Maybe you dig once or twice. Maybe you delay the sanctuary and then you build 1 trading post. Like, it's a pretty limited points track. The pastiles are fine, and currently Fakirs don't tend to fight cult a lot. So I mean, Swarmlings are fine, but this is not like a great Swarmlings game. The track is pretty limited, and Swarmlings already struggle to score points. We get Darklings. This is a pretty classic color arrangement, although with these factions it's a lot harder. The color arrangement is known as Mend, which is Mermaids, Engineers, Nomads, Darklings, and obviously 3 of those factions are just different here. But it can be pretty good for Darklings. Darklings, if the Leech Party happens up here, which it can, Darklings can often open Sanctuary. It does look like Darklings probably take the 2 workers. I think that's the safest play for Darklings. Swarmlings will take the Spade. Dwarves either take worker power or they take a priest. Fakirs take the other. Dwarves can get completely left out of the leech then, because Swarmlings... I think Darklings is best in these situations, but the track is trash for Darklings. The track's trash for a lot of factions, though. Nobody's really scoring a ton in here. Not totally sure on these bids. Nobody's sure on these bids. Round 3 digs can be okay for Darklings with the Sanctuary open. Yeah, I agree. I think I'm going to bid a little on Darklings. I think there's just always too many ways Darklings can go well. Darklings also don't do a lot of the cults, so I think Dwarves and Swarmlings will have a pretty good cult game if they want it. I think Fakirs will get a decent bit of early leech, but Swarmlings sometimes take this away from Fakirs. Darklings, if they do crazy double center stuff, I don't expect that, but I guess it's possible. Swarmlings, it's really hard to say if they're actually going to be over here next to Dwarves. But Dwarves still look pretty good here to me. So I'm not even sure. This is probably bidding too much. This is like really betting on like a Leech Party and opening Sanctuary. Swarmlings have an easy okay game. Bid them one here. You like double East for Darklings? Interesting. Just because Dwarves have to upgrade out there. I think Dwarves are out of the Leech Party as well, Age. And yet, I think it still can work out because I think Dwarves will get long-term Leech. And so I think even like what happened in yesterday. I mean, the thing is Dwarves get an early Cult Spade this game. I think they'll survive here. I think they have enough things going for them that Dwarves are still okay. And then the final question is how good are Fakirs here? I mean, the problem is I don't think Fakirs are great. I don't think they're that bad though. Fakirs also aren't going to score a lot off the track, but again, nobody is. The pastels also though, like, I don't know. I think I still kind of like Dwarves here, but you think Fakirs are substantially worse? Yeah, I think that's where I'm at. I think Fakirs are just worse than Dwarves by a decent bit. Someone has you blocked at this table. Interesting. These things happen. Swarmlings are getting bid too much now, I think. I mean, again, Swarmlings are going to have a pretty good game with cults. They should just win a race to a 2-key town, and yet Dwarves will send a good number of priests to the cults. I think I'm to the point where I'm willing to bid one on Dwarves here. See, that's actually, the thing is I don't think Dwarves hinge on Darklings starting East. Dwarves just don't need much early here. Dwarves will be fine, even with limited early leech. They will manage to find a path that works for them. It's okay if they're a little slow this game. It really is. Dwarves can maybe win 2 tracks. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, Dwarves are going to have presumably pretty good network, pretty good cults, so they have good endgame. They have good natural scoring. The track actually fits what Dwarves like to do. You build, like, a stronghold here, a couple of trading posts, maybe a sanctuary. Like, it is a lot of build up then, so your network's less good when you build up that much. But I do think the Dwarves are pretty good here, actually. Although now, I mean, I think Darklings are still Darklings, especially if they open like a sanctuary. So I think that's too much. This is probably a Darklings bid or maybe a Swarmlings bid. I'll go one more Darklings. There's still a lot of chance, but you think Fakirs are worse than Dwarves by at least 7? I think I agree with that too. I think I still bid Dwarves at some point. Sorry, when I say it's too much, I think Dwarves were too close to the others. I do think these factions are still better than Dwarves, probably. I think I still prefer Dwarves over Fakirs, but we're starting to get close. Starting to get close. Fakirs do get the first upgrade. It could be a lot of early leech for Fakirs. Fakirs start with some tile that's pretty good. I think there's some chances for them still, but I think I'd rather bid everybody down once more. Then I'd go to Fakirs. Why are Swarmlings better than Dwarves? I don't know if they for sure are, but I think Swarmlings still just have that kind of generically good, easy game. I think the pass tiles likely go well for them. But regardless, I'm about to play Fakirs, it looks like, I think. Assuming the Swarmlings player keeps bidding swarms. I actually don't think low scoring track is great for swarms. It's really tricky, but Swarmlings really struggle to score points. And like, the thing is, I don't think a low scoring track is actually good for Swarmlings. Swarmlings really want a track where like everybody's going to score 25. But Swarmlings are not scoring 25 here at all. The real question in my mind right now is if I give Dwarves one more tick or if I go for Fakirs. I'm trying to come up with great reasons Fakirs are going to hate their game. And the main reason, I guess, is you start here and here. Darklings decides to start here, cut you off. Swarmlings cut you off. Then you have like no town space and then your life sucks. Darklings also potentially are racing Fakirs for this. Yeah, never mind. Maybe it's too ugly. Let's go. Let's go on the Dwarves train once. I'm not totally sure Dwarves are 12 points better than Fakirs, but do Fakirs get a good pass tile? Yeah, Fakirs, I mean, my prediction is Darklings take, I mean, I think the first two tiles are always big building and spade. And then it's priest or worker power for dwarves and Fakirs. I don't really know the order for, like, if I'm Darklings, I think I'm just taking the two workers trying to go sanctuary, but anyhow, it looks like I'm playing Fakirs here. Darklings just got bid down, dwarves got bid down. The question, I guess, is are swarms 12 points better than Fakirs? Maybe. I just feel like there's a decent number of ways Fakir's life is actually pretty good here, but Fakirs potentially get double dig, correct? That's what I'm like. If Fakirs get past worker power and then the leech party actually happens somewhere around here, it's gonna be pretty good. But the thing that I always try to tell myself is that my opponents are not always playing like me, and the real issue is like dwarves is the player that I actually feel like I can predict. These other two are less certain. They're good players, but not great, and so it's really unknown. Like, it could be double East Darklings, and then Swarmlings are like here, and then it's just Swarmlings and me exchanging power. Which is where maybe I'm supposed to just bid Swarmlings. It's still pretty safe. Although it's tough. Like, am I delaying my temple till round 2 just so I get it? Then I have less priests. But I get 4 points, maybe 4 points, maybe 5 points, maybe 3. God, I think it's rough for Swarmlings. I really do. Dwarves do have a potential for a huge earth cult opening stuff. Maybe that's enough, actually. Maybe dwarves should get bid again. Nah, I can't be that good. I'm gonna take the Fakirs here and see how it goes. I could regret this, but you would have jumped to Fakirs much earlier. Yeah, I think that's totally reasonable too. This is a pretty good edge for Fakirs on a setup that should be okay for them. There's ways anyhow that I'm very happy if I'm playing Fakirs here, and one of those ways is if I get double dig in round 1, and I'm getting, it looks like I'm getting the leech party I want. I think Darklings would be a little silly not to upgrade here and try to go for the sanctuary, which means I think I do get double dig, although I might not get double dig if I don't get worker power. If I get the priest. If I get the priest, though, I get the first priest to Earth and could just open Earth 1 and then, like, pass for double dig. Like, I think it's fine. What favor do I take round 1? I don't know the answer for sure. You hate auctions and take 30 factions quicker than you should most of the time? That's fair. That is reasonable. My main thing I've been trying to work really hard on is not jumping to the 30 faction quite as quickly as I'd like to. And so, like, in this auction, I try, like, my instincts were also to take Fakir's a little earlier, but I tried to extract just a little more out of the other factions. The games I lose are usually because I jump to the 30 faction too early, expecting things to go well, and then I wind up in a situation where it doesn't go well, and I should have bid for the safer factions. You're happy that I'm not playing Swarm or Darklings? It's reasonable. Gotta follow the deep finesse world. Yeah, I rule. It's fair. Swarmlings are really debating this one. I'm curious. Like, I mean, I think Swarmlings here is reasonable, but yeah, a lot of players like to just go for these things. So this was a weird one in my game yesterday. The Swarmlings player took this hex instead of this. So, like, we'll see who takes Dwarves hexes. One thing is I should potentially start here. With Darklings where they are, I can always fly here later. This gives me a slightly easier chance at the double temple opening as a fallback. Oh, but I can't double dig from there. So yeah, actually that's totally not an option. I think I just have to go to the normal spot here and be pretty happy with it. We do get big building out of Darklings. Makes a ton of sense. Swarmlings should take the Spade, although I'll admit some players are not. The Spade gets passed way too much amongst low-level players, in my opinion. So now that I'm thinking about it, Dwarves could get lucky here, which would be a pretty big shift in their game. Yeah, they are going to get lucky. That's so lucky. I hate that. I just realized that. I hate it partly because I think Dwarves is my strongest opponent. So the fact that they're getting that is such a gift. It also means Swarmlings might be considering double digging. And they will have enough power. Oh, maybe they won't have enough power ahead of me. I should be able to double dig in front of them, hopefully. No, they are still gonna double dig in front of me. This is rough. It's not like awful, but I think this is a player that's pursuing the cult track over just doing other good things, in my opinion. But oh well. The other problem is I have to commit to a favor tile now. I don't really know what it should be. Like, I could just take Earth 1, but I don't think it's very strong here, especially since I'm going to build another temple soon. So it's probably just Fire 1. Earth 2 does come with some coins, so, like, it's okay here. It's probably just Fire 1. Comes with workers eventually. Air 2 is okay also, but the Spade is so late. And there is a pass Spade in the game. You guys both think Air 2 and Earth 2 are better than Fire 1? I think you're probably right. Air 2 is going to help me get some power actions and stuff that I'm really going to need. Earth 2, I guess, still gives me an option to wheel a priest power action and just send it to Earth. Means I'm just going to hard dig later, though. This is tough. The Earth 2 option and potentially getting the Cult Spade is very good. Who is going to take the Priest? Dwarves will just take the Priest, potentially, although they might also just be opening Earth 2. Air 2 is going to be helpful in this game because I'm going to need power. And I'm not going to get a ton of leech after these opening rounds. Except I can just build another temple next round. I think I'm going to go Earth 2. Might come to regret that. Are we sure we're not getting double dig? We're not sure we're not getting double dig yet. Wow. Dwarves secure this hex over everything. They don't even temple. I don't really like that. I mean, this hex was useful for both of us, though. This feels like a player playing very against me early here, just to make sure I don't get, like, as good as stuff. And I mean, I guess it's better for their tunnels, but now dwarves have to be slightly worried about this, because they're not even going to open... They're not even going to get to... Unless they convert this to workers just so they can temple for Earth 2. I'm not sure that's good, whatever. It's annoying for both of us, but yeah, that is a move. It is a move indeed, George. I don't think it's... I would never do that. I think it's way too painful here for dwarves. Like, that is so not the hex I would be worried about. I get that it gives them... The thing, too, is it might only give them one tunnel, because Swarmling's very reasonably double digs this. But we'll see. You think playing that way can make sense? The elos are similar to that age. The elos are like 200, 300, 550, and me. But yeah, exactly. Swarmlings do choose to take double dig, take that gray. Like, I think it's pretty bad for dwarves. But terrible point per second game? Yeah, it is, Nerdcube. I'm not being fast. Well, so the priest option comes back to me to go off the earth stuff. I think that's what I'm going to do here. Yeah, I think the priest is pretty good here. The priest is a spade and like 4 coins. Seems a good use of power here. You think he's going to convert 3 power to worker and go earth 2? I would expect it. Yeah, that is what he's doing. Okay. I think that's... I just don't think this hex was that important, but it hurts me, and maybe he's the only one, you know, realistically, maybe I am the only one he has to worry about, but Darklings are going to get their Sanctuary open with the coin's power action still incoming. So it's going to be pretty good. But oh well. You think games with disparate elos are to some extent zero sum amongst the good players? I agree with that. But the problem is exactly what Derange is about to say. I've also lost a lot to 200 level players or 300 level players because the thing is, like, it depends. Some players are 200 or 300 rated because they can play very good games, but they're just not consistent. Some are just like players that haven't figured out how to play well yet, and so it's really hard to know which category they're in. But like thus far, I don't think Darklings has done anything wrong, and so. Oh, Darklings didn't get the coin action yet, though. Okay, now I do think Darklings did something wrong. I would have sent the priest to Earth here, and I would have probably taken Earth too, just to try to get the coins action, because they weren't able to outlast Swarmlings now, and now Darklings did sacrifice a decent bit here by not being able to take a coins action. But and Nerdcube's exactly right. Like it's just whatever. Anyhow, yeah, I would not block much either, but people did. Hey, the spade tile's open. That seems pretty good. I pass for a spade. I get double dig still next round. That everything about that seems delightful. That was painful to watch. Some players are honestly just really good with only one faction. Blah blah blah. Yeah, 4 spades next round. Indeed, Weber. 4 spades next round. I also have an option to just temple for Earth 1 next round. I have enough workers here that I don't like. I might not double dig actually is what I'm saying. We'll see, but templing next round seems too important to pass on. And I can build 2 dwellings as well, so maybe it's a coins action. Do I secure the red next to dwarves? Oh, because I can fly here. Oh, funky. I could fight for this hex. Huh, yeah, I don't... It does give me an extra flight. Oh, well, dwarves are gonna cult spade here. Dwarves will cult spade this. I think I cult spade here just because I do want to try to rush to this hex. on somewhat. Like, if I just build these hexes next round, that's fine. I can just throw my other temple. I could even throw my other temple next to Swarm Lanes. We'll see, but... Yeah, I agree, guys. The more I'm thinking about it, too. Dwarves are going to Cult Spade this just to protect it, but that's okay. Priest of Fire is also good. That's true. Priest of Fire Air. Yeah, I think you guys are right. Just using the Priest as 2 coins rather than Flight seems very good. The real question is if I'm taking Earth 1 or not, but I think I should. If I take Earth 1, I already have quite a few cult coins going. I'm going to struggle a bit for long-term stuff. Yeah, dwarves do take that hex, so I'm going to take this. Everybody actually has a Cult Spade here. It's pretty wild. Everybody went for the Earth. Is getting to B2 before Darklings important to me? Possibly. I've been debating that too, right? That's true. Darklings are threatening this, so that's a potential problem. Second temple incoming for dwarves. So many thoughts here about what to be worried about. I am a bit worried about this hex, but are Darklings actually going to be threatening that hex this round? They just don't have... I don't feel like they have the resources to threaten it this round, and there's no temp shipping in the game. So I think... well, can they bridge? No, they really... Darklings really don't have power coming in this round, which is delightful. Alright, so I think I'm okay not to rush this hex and instead take this hex next round. So I think long-term Priest to Air or Priest to Fire is both good for me. I think I want this coins action. Swarmlings probably does too. So I think I want this coins action, and then I hope to save the rest of my power for spades. I think I probably do go for an Earth 1 option, honestly. Although the Earth 1s could run out. Swarmlings shouldn't want Earth 1, but... Well, then I might just take Air 2. Yeah, this is okay. I think this is more important. Earth 2, Air 2, yeah. I take Earth 1 if it's handed to me, but don't rush it. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'm not rushing it. I'm going to take the coins action, I think. I'm going to send the Priest somewhere. And then I think I am going to go for Earth 1 stuff, though. I think I do just temple for Earth 1 before building dwellings, right? Why give up points? I mean, the only other thing I could rush is this hex, and maybe I'm supposed to do that, but... The problem is, as soon as I build here, Swarmlings are going to have power to double dig, and they might decide to. I don't know. If I just take B2. Well, see, the thing is, I think I am going to send the Priest to a cult. I think sending the Priest is too tempting to me when it comes with coins and future cult rewards. Like, it's a lot of economy to be giving up here. And if I'm going to build another temple, I'm already going to have a lot of Priests to fly with in the future. I think I could just hard dig B2 next round, even in the absolute worst case scenario. Swarmlings do go temple. I think Earth 1 is just wrong for them. And indeed, they do just go Water 1. So... Dwarves take the Fire 1, so I think I just take this Air slot. I mean, it's a really late spade, but it should help me on network at that point. And it should be worth at least 2 points, because, like, Darklings will never go there, so... How about sending it to Earth? It's reasonable, but... I am looking at 2 temples, 2 dwellings, yeah. And with a lot of cult economy in the future. Yes, exactly. Landscape will provide all the coins we need. Yeah, that would be sweet. But I mean, yeah, the cult economy is great here, though, right? I have 4 coins coming in, 5 coins once I take Earth 1. And then a spade. But basically, I have a lot of coins coming in for the next couple of rounds. I should have just enough power, probably, I think, by the time I take this and this, that I might even get double dig next round. depends on how the timing of stuff's gonna work out, but I'm about to feed dwarves a lot of leech he really needs, but oh well. Darklings, I also did. Now that I'm paying attention, Darklings did find a route where he could bridge still here. Actually, I don't know what he's been up to, but is dangerous for me on that front. I would think it's still better for Darkling's trading posts. Well, that's wrong. He's on the dwelling scoring town. He really needs worker production over anything. Oh, he sent priests to Earth. I see what he did, but yeah, Darklings definitely should have just tried to build a couple dwellings there. But we'll take mistakes. And I will be just the next person to be going Earth 1, Earth 2. It's kind of funny, actually. We have 3 people that have all gone Earth 1, Earth 2. Dwarves now have enough for double dig, so that's actually annoying. Dwarves are definitely opening double dig next round in the dig round, so that's very good for them. But, oh well. Al's game looks great. I can take double dig this round. I don't have hexes to double dig this round. I still have a pass spade, so there's just nowhere I can put the spades until I have priests. Yeah, I do. I mean, Al's game looked. I mean, this is why I said dwarves were going to be pretty good this game, but oh, Al declined there though, and he's saying misclick. Well, that's welcome at least. What if I took d4? Oh, I could double dig d4 this round. That's aggressive. It does buy me a town space though, and it cuts off my biggest competitor. Huh, that's aggressive. Well, Weber, it buys me town space. I mean, I guess it's going to cost me town. Like, I could just town over here. But I actually don't hate it that much. Although, it's not going to hurt him that much, because he'll just come, like, up here and here in the future anyhow. It's probably too fancy. Just taking this hex and taking this town is probably fine for me. Well, George, I would build on it. I would build on. I would have spaded here, double spaded this, left this yellow hex open, if I was gonna do it. Which obviously, as I'm making clear here, I'm not doing it. So. Now the slightly tricky question is, do I just take this to secure the town, though? I think I'm supposed to, but I kind of want to take this just so I have more places to fly to, because I'm being a little spade limited now. Not getting double dig next round is going to be a bummer, but I think protecting this hex from swarmlings is probably worth it. All right, I get 4 workers thus far, and I'm not sure I'm gonna get single dig next round, unfortunately. So I might have to hard dig this hex, in which case I want 1 more worker. So just passing for a worker and 2 coins might be my best play here, because I think dwarves are just always opening double dig. And then the question is, will swarmlings take single dig? My guess is yes, but I don't know. So I think a worker and 2 coins is just better than 2 coins and like 4 points here. What about double dig brown and black? Oh, this? I'm not. I think taking double dig to just take this hex or something is not worth it. I don't really foresee me double digging this and double digging this game. I kind of am settling for just 1 town, and I think that's fine. I think trying to commit too many spades elsewhere is just gonna hurt my network, and I think I can potentially win network, although dwarves are still going to be pretty good. Swarmlings do take single dig, as I kind of was betting they would, but definitely a little bit of a bummer. I will have an option to take another coins action instead, but do I like b5 still? What's b5? Don't know what that's about. I think you mean b2. I'm 100% taking b2 this round. Yeah, I like b2 over. I'm just not worried about these 2 hexes. I'm not really worried about b2 either, but hard digging b2 and building 2 dwellings is a fine round here. I could pass for just like the spade tile or the dwelling tiles then at that point. I can probably just sanctuary for water 1 at the start of next round. The real question is if I do just take a coins action here then. I'm going to have enough that I can kind of keep hard digging. I also do have a lot of coins though. There's a lot of cult coins coming here too. I think I prefer to just be faster for now. That's a good question, NerdCube. That's a very good question. Did I have the option of single digging e6 before I passed last round? That I might have. I might have missed that. This is what I get. I will admit, streaming. I've played 2 arena games lately, and I was like super like really like into it, and I was focused, and I was like on the ball with everything. And streaming again, paying attention to chat, and also like trying to talk through my moves. It is remarkable like how much I don't quite pay attention to everything. Single spading e6 last round would have been pretty good. Although, I still don't know if I have the workers then to hard... Like, maybe it doesn't change how many dwellings I end with. I don't know. I could buy workers and build 2. That's how it would change. Yeah, you're right. I could have done that. But I hate taking workers' power actions when I go Earth 2, so... I think this is still fine. It's a little slow in a couple of ways, but I think it's okay. It's not quite as explosive as I'd like to be right now, but I think it's also okay. I mean, I'm playing an Earth 1, Water 1 Fakir's game in a kind of a low scoring track. Like, I think it'll work out. Dwarves are just getting fed power by Darklings. Why Darklings? Why are we taking this hex at all? Like, I don't love feeding dwarves more power here from Darklings. This is just a minor little thing, but Darklings could just build this hex, or this hex. I guess the only upshot to this is that they could double ship down here, but you can also build these guys and double ship. Like, I don't think giving dwarves even more resources at this juncture is correct, but. The coins action is still there, but passing for the spade is also there, although I don't know. There is passing for dwelling points as an option too, but I really just continue to need spades to expand. I can just open next round with a coins action if I want to. I also forgot that I have this town just kind of chilling as an option. So maybe I am two-towning, because this is still a fine town option too. Am I going to water 1 next round? Yes, I am going to water 1 next round. The whole point of B2 was so I could town. Oh, well, my whole point for B2 was actually just because I wanted to keep expanding. I think it's, in my opinion, it's important for Fakirs to get up to these hexes. It's also important to slow down Darklings, although I think Darklings have already slowed themselves down a little, but you find yourself in this position a bit when you build too early temples of Fakirs. Seems like, yeah, I might have too many priests soon. Might have to do some flights without building. Yes, so I'm going to have to do some flights without building, but that's going to be the goal. I mean, the other goal is potentially 2 more priests to air next round. Don't know how I feel about that yet. But in this game, just because Darklings won't spend a lot on the cults, and Swarmlings have really, you know, they've been delaying their sanctuary for understandable reasons, but like, there's not that much priests that can afford to go to the cults, besides dwarves. Dwarves are going to have plenty of priests to cults this game, but I think I could potentially like just make a play to win the air track or something too, and late stage could be, again, important for just winning network, but we'll see. I see what you're saying, NerdKib. You think I'll run? I'm not worried about that. I really am not worried about that, but I guess maybe I should be, but yeah, I agree with Deranged. I just don't think that's an issue. I'm assuming Darklings are just going to take a coin town here. They've been struggling to get coins, and now they have a lot of workers. It's a ship town, so similar idea. I'm okay with that. This is one of those games where if I was Darklings, I maybe would just abandon the sanctuary and not even worry about it. So like, I guess you still need to ship to get new places though, so fine, but I mean, ultimately Darklings can't be that bad off here. And I guess, oh, and Darklings, what am I saying? Darklings have tons of coins coming off the call track. We all do. There's tons of coins about to be in the game. In which case, yeah, actually this coins action is really a trap. We all have 1,000,000 coins. So I think I'm supposed to just Sanctuary for Water 1. Dwarves also might Sanctuary for Water 1. Darklings want to Temple for Water 1. Dwarves could be the one to get screwed on Water 1 if I rush it here. I think that can only be a good thing for me. Double Dig is a nice option, but it probably wheels. I mean, I'm not sure. Swarmlings could Double Dig as their... Oh, Swarmlings will just get a Double Dig as their first action because they don't know how to advance digs, probably. I don't think Swarmlings... I think if I was Swarmlings, I would take the coins and then try to, like, get another priest and advance digs. I'm guessing that's not going to be what... Oh, wait, they still need to Sanctuary this round. Maybe they do take coins. Nah, they probably are Double Diggers. Gonna get 2 towns this... I don't know. I might not wheel Double Dig. Oh, wait, I have a Spade, though. I don't really need Double Dig. I think I need Water 1 more than any... I don't need Water 1, but I think I'm supposed to do this. Darkling's taking a ship town. I also should get a little concerned. I forgot about the fact now there's only 1 ship town left and I really need it. But Swarmlings shouldn't take it. So I think I'll still get one, but yeah, it's an issue. Correct, Deranged. One obvious trick that I plan to use is to just dig here and like get here. So there's a lot of things there. Swarmlings do take the coins. Hey, Double Dig also still does exist. So that does give me, because I kind of want to dig this hex, and this hex. So I might Double Dig this round. Let's see. I do think I'm gonna use all my priests this round to fly with, because I can dig and not build this hex and be totally okay. I guess I probably won't take double dig then. I think I'm just gonna leave my power in a situation where I can keep flipping around a little if I need to. I think I fly and don't build here is what I'm supposed to do, because I think I am supposed to start abusing flights. Darklings doing this actually looks pretty good for me over here too. I don't know if Darklings are going to stop me from getting on these yellows in the future, so I'm not actually sure how many more spades I need this game, because a lot of the yellows look like they're going to remain for me. So I think I can start abusing the priest scoring here. You never thought about what? Weren't ship towns part of the MIDI expansion? Vanilla TM didn't have them? Yes, correct. Vanilla TM did not have the ship towns, and so this is part of why Fakirs were like super bad in the early days. Like, Fakirs have been buffed multiple times in multiple weird ways, and they're still not that good. You didn't know that I had the spade pastel. Yeah, I did, so. Yeah, the mini expansions though are like just so necessary. Like, it helps Fakirs like actually be like remotely playable without having to make their stupid stronghold, and just a lot of factors. Wow, Swarmlings just went for a second temple. I think so. They're gonna put their sanctuary town here actually, and they went for Air 1, which makes sense. But now they're gonna sanctuary in a sec. Darklings are setting up town space up here. It's fine by me. I don't care. Actually, it's great. Actually, it's great if Darklings are here to make neighbors through here. It's wonderful. Fakirs were your first love. Yeah, it makes sense.
Loki, you're so cute. Yeah, you're resting, but you can come over here, buddy. Yeah.
All right.
Come on, buddy. Come on, come on. Sit. Can you look up over here? Yeah, go. Look up there. Oh, sit. Look. You only know how to look at me. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, you're a good boy. Yeah.
Swarmlings get a town here. I assume it's 2 key, but we'll see. Good boy, Loki. Swarmlings take single key town, so that's a little interesting because dwarves taking 2 key town looks pretty good for them. So yeah, whatever, it's fine. I mean, the 6 points, is the extra cult steps worth it for Swarmlings? I guess I don't know for sure. Usually the answer is yes, but you gotta run. All right, see you around, George. Swarmlings takes Air 3 with their sanctuary, so they're likely to win the air track, which is a bit of a bummer, but that's okay. Darklings passes first, has tons of resources. Did they take Water 1 this round, by the way? They did, so Dwarves are the ones getting Water 1 blocked at least. I think I'm happy with that. Dwarves have like a lot of resources, and I guess Dwarves like probably just Stronghold or something, but like Dwarves, I think I'm happy about Dwarves' points at the current, like where their points are currently at. My points are pretty good here after a flight and stuff, so. Blah, 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 blah. Some rules, clockwise turn order. Agricola does have clockwise turn order, but first player passes. I don't know, it works out, but. What happened? Built another dwelling for dwarves. It's fine. I build another dwelling. So one thing that's going to be a slight issue for me is my town situation. I want to just build 2 trading posts and then 2 more trading posts. And then how do I make a town? I have to like temple for fire too, which is actually a little awkward. My worker situation, I need to build all these trading posts and 6 more dwellings, which is a lot already. That's 8 workers, 14 workers. I'm about to have 8, so like it's probably okay, but that's what I mean. Adding an extra temple, trading post, dwelling into everything I want to do here is a little tough. But we'll see. I can pass onto the dwelling tile here, which is a decent choice. Darklings have 1 power income, so they currently can't take the coin's action. So I think I can pass and take a coin's action at the start of next round. And then just build most of my trading posts, or possibly all of them. Building all my trading posts is actually a slight trap. I'm going to want to build a couple of dwellings, but like 3 trading posts next round and 2 dwellings, end with 5 dwellings. Feels pretty good. I'm not sure I'm getting any more leech this round. But I guess there's no need for me to get too greedy. I'll do this. Dwarves, now that I'm paying attention, dwarves might choose to give me leech. Dwarves could be building the stronghold in the center here. Another option is dwarves build the stronghold over here and do give darklings a coins action to start next round. So I might not get a coins action. Oh, they are still sanctuarying over the stronghold though. And now I can take a 2-for-1 because I left myself open to it. Well, that's convenient. Something lets us not take fire too. I am a big fan of not taking fire too. I could take Coin Town and Stronghold next round. Oh, last round. That is a thought, actually. It's a lot of workers though to Stronghold. I mean, it is points, but I think the problem with this Stronghold line is simply that it costs me too much. I think it costs me too many workers. The other problem is I actually really kind of want the range town just so I can start snagging a few free yellows and doing more flights, I think. Because my new problem is I really want to build a lot of dwellings, right? I still want to build some dwellings next round just to keep my worker income up. So I don't think I can do that. Yeah, I think it delays range too long. And I think it costs too many workers. I think it's going to cost me network. Although, I guess network, I'm only in a race against dwarves for network. I mean, it's still a meaningful fight, I guess, that I should be worried about, but... If Fakir started, a decent bit better. Really, the main issue with Fakirs is just that you just can't guarantee a good opening. And so you can just wind up so far behind the early economic snowball. Like, a little bit more power early would go a huge ways for them. Swarmlings are going to get to pass onto the big building tile. Dwarves did not, which is really convenient for me. I think I'm still in a pretty good position this game, but like, it's not that good. But I am going to get the coins action at the start of this round, so that part's good. The only thing I really want is this open tile though, and I'm not gonna have a fast round this round, so I'm not gonna get that tile, but that's okay. Darklings has a ton of resources. They're gonna score very well this round. Just goes for the bridge though, makes sense. I will take the coins. I still need them for what I'm doing here. But yeah, I think this is 3 trading posts and 2 flights. NerdCube's advice, maybe I'm gonna run out of priests potentially too. Like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flights potentially available to me. Now, Do I need all of those? Of course not, but I actually maybe I'm going to be short priests, so getting the coins is very good here. Yeah, NerdCube, you might be right. Like, again, the early playtests, they were obviously pretty off on, like, Fakir's actual power, and they kind of made a hasty decision, right, as they were about to release is what, or supposedly what happened, but yeah. Dwarves actually super needed the coins here, too. If Al is actually my... I'm not, like, based on ratings and, I guess, cult position, Al is, like, in a great spot, but... an actual board presence here, Al only has one more town. He doesn't have water 1. He still hasn't actually connected, but I mean, he should. But I guess he has a decent number of tunnels left that he hasn't exploited. But anyhow, my point, I guess, is that I'm trying to get to is I'm not sure how afraid of dwarves I am at the moment. Darklings also doesn't look that likely to connect this game. Although he still has roots too, so he might. Swarmlings is building too many temples, in my opinion. This is just nonsense. Air 2 just to close out the air cult. That's not good play. Swarmlings not advancing digs and stuff. Swarmlings, well, it's whatever though. Yeah. Regardless, I guess my point is I think I'm still in a pretty good spot here this game, but we'll see. It's Darklings, not Alchemists. Darklings might not have anything better to do than connect. But I mean, the upshot is, even if Darklings decide to connect, are they going to beat me on network? Oh, actually, they could. Darklings has a ton of resources, actually. Yeah, maybe Darklings actually... maybe Darklings is the one I should be most concerned about, then? Honestly, they might be the best here. Although, I guess no cults. I mean, my cults are very poor too, though, understandably. Whatever, we'll see. I mean, I'm in an okay spot. Not, like, dominating by any means, but it's definitely solid. Yeah. So that's actually a great point, NerdCube. And so, yeah, one of the funky things, like, I had this experience in a game kind of yesterday too. I thought things went really bad because I got blocked as dwarves in a game yesterday on this hex, and I thought it would kind of suck. But it wound up leading me in weird positions to kind of cut off dark leads and build in different directions, and then I kind of got more leech and neighbors in areas I wasn't expecting it, and I wound up winning. And it's really hard to, like, see the game long consequences of it. And another factor here is dwarves chose to take this hex, and they still have 1, 2, 3, 4 tunnel locations before they even get to this one. They haven't used this one, so it's not like they've needed this. Like, they don't need this hex or this hex for anything. The only thing they're gonna need it for is long-term network. But they also have a ton of cult spades, so, like, I really actually don't think they need this hex at all. And so, yeah, like, they sacrificed a good bit in round 1 in order to do this, and I don't think it's helped them. Yeah, exactly, Age. That's what I was briefly saying that before I looked at chat, right? Like, it was weird. I got blocked as dwarves. I thought it was really rough, and then I think it actually cost you, like, and I just won anyhow, even though, like, I thought it was rough on me. It apparently wasn't, or not as bad as I thought, so... it's funky how that... it was not on stream. I just played. I'm playing... like, I've been a little bored this week at work. I don't have a lot to do, so I have just been playing a couple games here and there in Arena, so... yeah, exactly. I was playing last night while I was waiting for the Bucks game to start. That's what happened, yeah. That was that one, but... I keep taking 2-for-1 leeches because it's hard for me to imagine more resources aren't good for me here. I am going to take the range town as long as it exists still. I think it's pretty useful here. Can get a few flights in. these finals have been ugly for the Bucks. Yeah, I mean, game one was just whatever. Last night's game was the one that was really ugly, though, in my opinion. Like, they made pretty good adjustments, I think. They played pretty well last night. And then the real problem is for some reason, Middleton and Holiday just cannot shoot right now. And they're shooting a lot because I think it's the only way we can win. I think they have to try to take a lot of shots. I think they're both good enough players, but they are just not in sync. And so, like, they're just not scoring. And then the Suns, whatever, they're shooting 50% from three last night, better than their 3-point percentage was better than their 2-point percentage. Like, I mean, it's a little bit because the Bucks were defending the interior a bit more, and so maybe they're supposed to worry a little more about trying to protect the perimeter. But it's also just like, even if you give guys wide open threes pretty consistently, they don't even always shoot 50%. Like, just whatever. I mean, we'll see. It's whatever. It was the Suns' 2 home games too. The Bucks have to steal one at home at some point, or on the road at some point. But I'm not totally convinced it's over, but it's probably over. I mean, the Suns will probably win, but it happens. I'm gonna fly. I don't really think any of my hexes are under threat, but I'd prefer to get to this one just so that I have an extra threat later. I guess I am giving neighbors, but I don't know if dwarves need neighbors anymore that badly. So, I think this is okay. You didn't recognize any of that jargon? That's fine. I was talking about basketball. When the Bucks went small, they just got obliterated by offensive rebounds. Oh my god, the offensive rebounds actually that's the one thing I do blame the Bucks for. Like, my god, like, you can't let the Suns get freaking 3 and 4 chance possessions. It's absurd. But Chris Paul's a savage. He deserves a ring. I mean, so McStubbs, I don't disagree with that, but I would also like argue that Giannis is an absolute beast that deserves a ring as well. I mean, he put up freaking 40 points last night. It was just absolutely dominant, and his team just sucked around him. Like, my god. Ugh. But oh well. It's like curling. Curling is great, for the record. I do curl. I enjoy curling. That's a great sport. Suns have better pieces in offensive system. I won't completely disagree with that, though. Yeah. I'm still in the Bucks bandwagon that I really don't believe in Mike Budenholzer, and it's unfortunate that he keeps doing well enough because the team is so good that they keep him around. Like, I really do think the Bucks could stand a different coach, but he's just good enough to get them far enough. But ugh. So Nerdcube, I kind of knew what I was doing in that podcast, but I mean, come on, you have to accept that. Like, yeah, exactly. The Lions rivals are themselves. Like, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you, buddy. Like, when just every Packers fan and parties, like, many of us hate the Vikings, many of us hate the Bears, but we're all just ambivalent about the Lions. They just don't matter. They're just not a threat. They're kind of just like cute. They're in the division, but what are they? They're just, you just kind of don't, yeah, I don't worry about them. Swarmlings are going to steal Earth Track. So actually, I am a big fan that Swarmlings are attacking the cults this heavy because I think it's hurting dwarves and it's hurting Swarmlings. So I think I might only need to worry about Darklings being my like competition I could lose to here. As a lifelong Detroit kid, that hurts just a bit. Sorry, friends, but that really is the way that us Packers kind of view your Lions, or at least like amongst my generation too, right? Like, I think if I go a little bit further back, you guys actually had decent teams for occasional in like the 90s, but I was a little too young then. So for the 2000s and 2010s, the Lions like have occasionally put together teams that are decently good, but it's just there's never been any consistency or real threat. And I've also just grown up during the Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers eras. I mean, like I seriously would be interested in what the Packers record versus the Lions is over the last like 2 decades, but I'm guessing it's pretty abysmal. Like it's just you do have a Michigan crowd in here apparently. You'll never forget the Lions' perfect season. Do the Bucks have a random Nick Nurse on their coaching bench? Sadly, the Bucks do not. But God, that would be something. Oh wait, hey everybody. Is that trading post tile just sitting there still for some godforsaken reason? I was gonna maybe actually use my power to like do other things, but should I just take a trading post tile into the final round with another coins action on top of it if I want it? I guess the answer is yes, I should just do that. Okay. I don't quite know why that tile is still there, but sure. I'll take it. Seems like a deal. Entering the final round with 97 and still having things to do seems like a deal. Darklings are going to connect here. I can cult dig this. I still have a couple flights to do. I'm going to need more priests, if anything. I'm going to need more workers, too, actually. I'm not totally sure how I'm going to play this end out. Because I would really like to build temple, 2 trading posts, and then 5 dwellings, That's 11 workers. I only have, like, 7. So, yeah, there's no way to make that up. But you kind of liked a 4th trading post. Yeah, I liked the 4th trading post, too, but it costs, like... It was a lot of points, but I compared to just passing for the trading post tile. But yeah, I was debating just taking the workers and throwing them up. But with the trading post tile still open and having options here, I think it's fine. 5 power priest conversion, that's possible too. But Swarmlings make 5 priests. That's true. Swarmlings have built crazy amounts. I mean, Swarmlings have sucked out most of the cult points because of what they've done. So, I mean, but again, I think that's fine here. Like, they're looking not that many points. Dwarves probably still are my biggest competition, but Dwarves want to build 4 dwellings. They need a lot of workers. They might have enough. Darklings are going to connect. Darklings have done a very nice job building their economy. I agree. And it has involved economy towns, but they've kind of needed the economy towns to... I mean, they're fueled Earth 1, Water 1. They're going to win Network. It's probably been fine. Actually, Darklings might even get to build the Stronghold here in the final round, it looks like. They're going to get to pass on to the big building tile. Darklings can still build 2 trading posts here, too, actually. Or at least 1. The second trading post is a little awkward because it would be a worker to a coin. Not sure that's worth it, but... Darklings, I think, are my biggest threat to win here. I think. My round might need to be... Yeah, it's really tough. See, like, I still want to compete on Network, but I also want to... I really want to build temple, trading post, and 5 dwellings, but it's just too much. I can't build all that. But I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, I have the hexes. I have the... Like, yeah, I have the stuff. I have, like, most of the pieces. I just don't have enough workers plus coins. And this is a little bit of that artifact of just being just a hair slow. Like, in round 3, only getting down to 4 dwellings was a little tough. I never quite got to that like 5, 6, 7 dwelling type stuff that it takes to really fuel 15 network. I mean, 15 network for Fakirs is a big ask anyhow. But, yeah. It is the nature of Fakirs. It's just so hard to get 15 network Fakirs. It's a lot. With bad Fakirs, correct. You think I still win easily with 14 network? It's probably correct. Now, so the tricky part though, NerdCube, is do I get to go, like, how do I hit 14 network? It's trading post all my dwellings, but then am I not making this town? I still haven't quite figured out that edge. I actually don't really need the coins here. I don't really know what else I need. I could just take this hex to make sure Darklings don't mess with me. Don't really think Darklings would mess with me here. If I don't take these, I'm not sure who will. I kind of need the priest more, to be honest, right? I need flights. So maybe I leave the coins and expect to wield the priest action and just accept that I have enough resources here anyhow. Yeah, I just don't think I need these coins. I think risking this dwelling is not worth it. I'm not sure here. I think this is fine. Yeah, that makes sense, Lumen. You're right. I converted some power. Yeah, 5 power priest last round might have actually been fine. The other thing about 5 power priest is I kind of forgot, but Darklings fed me a couple 2-for-1s that I had to decline. And I'm still at the point where I think I would have been happy taking a couple 2-for-1s, but I'm getting a priest with a town. I could take a priest town, that's true. Oh yeah, there are 2 priest towns left. Okay, so I'm just going to get a priest town. That makes sense. So maybe I did want those coins. I maybe did want the coins. Oh well, I don't think it's going to cost me much, but I'm trying to build trading post, temple, trading posts, couple of dwellings, although then I need like a workers action. Maybe I'm doing that though. Maybe I am still hitting 15 network. I'm pretty close here. Yeah, this third town from Darklings is pretty cool. I saw it coming here right at the end. Like, they're going to be able to stronghold and dig and make a third town and have good pass points. Like, Darklings they're having a very good game, actually. Like, they're still in this. If I temple and build 2 trading posts, that gets me the town. I think that's probably worth it, given that I'm on this tile and have water 1, and then I can just take air 1 instead of fire 2. It does mean that I might want this workers action. Let's hit this think button for a sec. If I really want to temple 2 trading posts and potentially 4 dwellings, that's 8 coins, 14 coins, 19 coins. That would be 7 of my powers. That's a lot. It's also 6 workers, 10 workers, so I'd be pretty close, but not even there. And then it's more priests than I'm ever going to get. Okay, never mind. It's not all happening. I guess regardless, I'm going to build another trading post. I guess also I'm definitely doing some flights. So do any of my flights pick up some free leech? Yes, this flight will give me a free leech later in the round. So let's do that. This is giving Darklings power though too, I guess. Darklings maybe need more resources too. Oh well. I don't know. I am going to keep taking these 2-for-1s. I think it's worth it. Although I'm going to give up a free power here. Ugh. Darkling's next move might be... Oh, Darklings can't build the dwelling yet. Okay. I think it's okay. Not sure. Swarmlings are connecting. Don't think that actually... I think this is a classic, like, kind of beginner problem where you're just supposed to connect most games, but here it just doesn't matter. It's a waste of resources. Swarmlings still never advance digs. That would be more effective for them, but oh well. Still need to build trading posts. Giving Darklings 3-for-1s is probably better than any, or 3-for-2 is probably better than any other option, but yikes. Continuing to hand them resources is maybe a little dubious, but I probably do need to take a workers action here. I think the workers action does allow me to at least like, oh wow, shit. Dwarves take the worker action. Well, I guess I should have thought about that. Some more, yeah, that's actually a bummer. I guess maybe I do take a priest action here and take a worker town. Swarmlings needed a dwelling to upgrade to a TP. That's a good call, Deranged. I forgot about the fact that Swarmlings had built all their temples. That's not a usual concern. Fire 2 instead of paying for the last trading post? Maybe. So that's an option, Lumen. Part of the reason that I want the last trading post is just because of my pass tile, but maybe you're right. Maybe it's just fire 2 and build the dwellings and accept that I then have some extra resources. Might be better. I probably should take the priest power action regardless. Now that I'm looking at this water track, priests are actually quite valuable here. So I think I am taking this priest no matter what now. I think it's always points. And then, yeah, I mean, my yellow hexes just aren't going to disappear here. So looking at the scores, dwarves are just too far behind here. They're just not an actual threat. Dwarves are getting to 14 network. Darklings are at 14 network, but Darklings are going to get to go... Well, are Darklings going to get this town? He needs to... Stronghold, trading post, and dwelling still. Guess he probably gets there. Does he? Or is Darklings also fire 2ing instead of stronghold? You might have been wrong about having too many priests. Yeah, Nerdcube, I agree. He did suggest it. I did do a fly no I did do a fly or a dig no build and then fly build, and I agree that might have actually been a mistake. I told you not to tell me. You didn't want to hear it. Yeah, the dig with no flight is pretty rough. Yeah, I agree. The extra priest here would be real close to making me hit 15 network, but I am priest short of hitting 15 network, which is pretty wild. Because otherwise I could take a worker town here and probably make it work. But we've taken a lot more than 4 points of leech now. I've been accepting a lot of leech, and it might be wrong. I just kind of keep hitting it because I assume I need it, but I might be winding up with just a lot of resources here at the end. Darklings does stronghold still. So can he make this town? He has to trading post and dwelling. I don't think he can do that currently. I think I really want to delay giving Darklings anything is apparently what I want to do. I'm always building these 2 dwellings. So I think just flying and building those dwellings is the play. There's really no rush on the towns. I mean, Darklings will take 1, but there's a lot of towns left. So we'll just get these flights out of the way, and then can always fire 2. Did Darklings trade 1-for-1 with workers available? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, Darklings only traded 1 there instead of having a lot more priests. I mean, maybe he's calculated out exactly what he's doing, but I agree. I would have just converted them all into priests probably. Darklings still need a ship advance too. Yeah, actually, Darklings were so close to having a good game. I just didn't calculate their exact values here at the end, and it looks like they have just a few too many problems to quite get out to 15 network here. I think Darklings might have blundered enough to lose it for themselves. Yeah, I agree. I think they lost whatever they were supposed to get to. Is Fire 2 better than Water 2 and building another TP? We can do that with Worker Town. Yeah, so I keep trying to figure that out too, Crix. Because Worker Town really might be better than Priest Town here. But that's why we're going to keep delaying for a while. Although Darklings are also trying to delay. They just dug that Hex. But yeah, they really want Leech from me. I mean, regardless, it does look like I'm just winning this game. I mean, I have a town coming in. I have a pass tile. I have decent network. I mean, it doesn't look like Darklings are getting to 15 networks. Yeah, I mean, it looks like I'm winning this game by a lot. Oh, yeah, Darklings still need to connect. Oh, wow, Darklings aren't... Are Darklings not going to connect this game? Oh, my God. Yeah, I mean, that's a crazy amount of, like... That's a huge blunder at the end. Darkling's not connected here is a huge blow to their game. Yeah, it looks like they can't do it anymore. So yeah, I think they're super toast. Delaying this long has had a benefit. Dwarves just went up the water track, so water 2 doesn't look as good anymore. I think I just temple. I think it might be worth it to temple and then rebuild the trading post. I mean, the trading post is a 5-point trading post because of my pass tile. So I think the worker town does have to be better here. And then I think it is just air 1 over water cult, because water, this is only 2 points, maybe it's 3, maybe it's 4, but this is just guaranteed 4 and 2 leech back. So yeah. I am giving Darklings power. Oh, is it enough? Oh, it's enough for him to build his trading post and connect. Oh, that's awkward. Is there anything I could do to delay? I could take a bridge. Build Fire 2 next to... Oh, wait, I build my temple next to Swarmly. What am I talking about? I just don't have to build next to Darklings. I can force them to pass. I don't have to build up here. Yeah, I just build down here. Give them a stupid amount. And then I think I'm still supposed to take air 1? Oh, wait, no, I see it. I need the workers to build the trading post. I have to fire 2. Because I can't. I don't have the workers yet. So I have to fire 2. If I air 1 here, I don't have the resources to rebuild the trading post. I need the workers. Yeah, I have to fire 2. Although, do I have to fire 2? Or do I need the workers? Or can I priest town it? I have 7 power here, right? So this is enough for 3 coins and a worker. So I can priest town here. Yeah, I think I still am supposed to priest town then. Yeah. Build this trading post gets me to 130, and then I pass. I'm at 138, and then I have only 4 call points, but I have 15 network. Yeah, so almost a 160, so that should be good. He promised to average an Agricola day a year, let him catch up. Yeah, I mean, he's doomed. It's because I learned so well from you and definitely not me. That's great. Al's a freaking speed demon. That's good. Yeah, actually, this game as a whole was reasonably fast, which is actually very welcome. I wasn't even that fast, but yeah, he was beating me in sub 10-minute games before Nerd Key made it popular. Nice. I was 1 leech short ranged if I had tried to go for it. Gotcha. Sounds about right. I mean, I was so close here at the end of the game to just hitting 15 network and stuff, but just a little short on resources overall, but that's okay. We'll give... Actually, it doesn't matter where I put this anymore. Yeah, Darklings really... If they could have built this dwelling and then taken... Oh, they still can't ship, can they? I think Darklings really messed up their endgame. But... it happens. And now he's saying it's so mean. Yeah. Yeah, all of us noticed how bad Darklings needed those resources right at the end, but oh well. Anyhow, this turned into a really nice game. It does make me wonder just how much Fakir's should have been bid, but like honestly, this like supposed block was actually really good for me. Like it caused dwarves to wind up building their sanctuary here. Like dwarves fed me so much leech off of this just free hex, and they really just didn't slow me down. And I think it slowed them down a lot. None of my yellows got touched all game, which is just pretty lucky. Swarmlings didn't take this brown hex, which was pretty fortunate. The earth too, like a lot of things did go pretty right still. This color wheel's pretty good for Fakirs. Yeah. The block and swarm starting spot made a difference. Hard to predict that. Yeah, the swarm starting spots matters a lot too. That's true. Dwarves could have got more early leech. Darklings would have been a little more slowed over in the east. Darklings also did choose to feed me a lot of late leech, which helped me achieve a decent number of things. Wow, dwarves did get way closer than I thought too, actually. So I wasn't even winning this by as much as I thought. So the auction probably was pretty correct, actually. Oh, dwarves got a ton of network points too. Plus they had cults. So yeah, they were very close to me there. The network problems of Darklings right at the end is a huge bummer. I mean, Darklings like look like they're in last, but if they just like they were so close to a town and tying everybody on network, so take away 3 points, 3 points, give 12 points, give another town. I mean, Darklings are basically tied then. Like, so yeah. Darklings potentially should have won. Darklings are real close to winning with the town, right? That's what I was trying to figure out. I mean, I'm going to lose 3 points. I'm at 154. Darklings get 18 network. Another dwelling is like, so that's 20 plus the town itself is, I don't know for sure what it is because I'm not sure they can ship. I don't quite know what their plan was at the end. It didn't quite look like they could actually do it. But so it's hard to say exactly, but anyhow, yeah, Darklings are close to 150s to a 160s. So, wow, yeah, Al and Fat Bummer are speed demons. I am a classic 30-minute player while I'm streaming, and then I took some priest actions, took some coin actions this game. This is actually remarkable. I took no spade actions this game. That seems wild, but I wound up on the passing spade twice, and I got 2 cult digs. And I hard dug once. Did I really only use 5 spades this game? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all those spades went into towns? I mean, that's a pretty dreamy Fakir's game too. All the digs I did were just for towns. They were all single digs, and I had to do no other digs this game, and I still was able to get all my dwellings out. So yeah, I mean, this is actually a really lucky Fakir's game. I mean, if Swarmlings are the sort of player that advanced digs a bit, they could have hit some yellow hexes. Darklings could have hit some yellow hexes. Then I'm just, like, Fakirs are just so fragile like that. So, yeah, that was fortunate. All right, final little things. Just look. Yeah, the scoring track was rough for everybody. So, I mean, ultimately, I guess maybe Swarmlings were okay here just because, yeah, nobody was able to score on the track. Favorite tile points, just all the favorite tiles, pass tiles. Darklings did really well on them. The Swarmlings really needed to hit them a little harder, but... And then, yeah, Network's a huge battle here. Swarmlings took most of the cult points. Dwarves took the other. That was always expected. And yeah, just starting at 30, getting a good amount of leech. Still worked. Darklings, I think, were still... Yeah. Ultimately, I think the auction was probably close. It's really hard to say. I mean, Swarmlings can certainly play much better than this. So hard to know where they get. But anyhow, I played Fakirs and won. I did indeed. Now we're going to hear about how few spades I used forever. Yeah, look, we'll see. I don't know how much I'll actually bring this one up. But, I mean, just to be clear, I mean, this is kind of an example. Like, some of the very best games involve just taking very few spades. Like, if you can manage a game that has very low spades and still, like, achieve everything you want, I mean, that's when you have super good efficiency. It's just difficult to get those games, but... If you can have games where you just advance ship early and like advance digs and then score all your spades in the spade round, like that's super efficient. Like those are how you start putting up high scores. But anyhow, Thanks all for hanging out, watching. This was a nice little, fairly zippy hour-and-a-half one, which is a lot better than a lot of my other arena streams. I might continue streaming a bit of arena this season. We'll see. I'm not totally convinced how much I'm gonna try to play and compete, but I'm having a good start to my arena season. 3 wins thus far. It feels good, but who knows? But anyhow, it was fun. It was good to do it again. Distract me from the fact I don't really have much work this afternoon and all that. So, anyhow, International Clash is tomorrow. Or not International Clash, God. Fire 2 Open. The second chance game for the other division. I play next Wednesday. Hopefully that'll go well. I might try to get an all-player commentary on Sunday yet, but I haven't done any steps on that yet, so no promises. Maybe there'll be some other random stream this weekend, just because I kind of am in the mood to keep grinding a little more Terra Mystica lately for whatever reason, but we'll see if I actually do it. And yeah, otherwise, thanks. It's always fun to kind of hang out and chat and just play a game or whatever, so it was good today. See you all around.